So it's kind of a boring day at anchor. Betsy's working on her property management job, and I've got my laptop set up to do a little bit of editing. It's kind of a windy day at the anchorage here at Manjack Cay. It's been windy for about 2 days now, and it's going to continue to be windy for about 2 more days. So we're getting 15 to 20 knots through the anchorage here from the east. You can see we got a few boats in here, some up in front of us. Had a little bit of rain, but not too much. So right now we're running the generator and we're making water. We have to make water about once or twice a week. We have a reverse osmosis water maker. And we have a Cummins Onan generator. Very quiet. Water maker makes more noise than the generator. We make about 30 gallons an hour, so we usually run the generator for about 3 or 4 hours and make 90 to 120 gallons of water. Just one of those chores you have to do when you live on a boat. You have to make your own water. So this is the part of cruising that nobody really likes to talk about that much. When something goes wrong with pretty much anything on the boat, in this case the head, you have to fix it, or try to fix it, which was try to fix it in this case. We had something that fell down in the head, so we had to disassemble it, which is a very nasty job, and try to get it working again. We got it working about halfway. We'll have to get it working the rest of the way when we get back to where we can get some supplies. But this is kind of the no fun part of cruising on a sailboat. So we have moved the boat from Manjack Cay over to Green Turtle. We've got a couple other boats anchored here with us. Got some rebuilding going on. Yeah, some construction over there. So coming back from Hurricane Dorian 2.5 years later. We're in about 8 feet of water here, and pretty good protection from the direction the wind's going to be coming, which is east and northeast pretty much for the next few days. Some friends of ours might be meeting us here. In the meantime, we're going to head in tomorrow and see if we can drop some garbage, get some fuel, maybe even go out to eat. We've got a beautiful evening tonight. The winds are coming down. The sun has just set. We are anchored just outside of New Plymouth, which is on Green Turtle Cay. You can see some boats anchored over there. Their anchor lights on for the evening. And we have a couple boats up in front of us here. Beautiful sunset here in the Bahamas. The 2 marinas that have rebuilt their fuel docks after Hurricane Dorian are both out of fuel, but it looks like we might be getting some in. They said it might come in today, so looks like a couple fuel trucks there coming into Green Turtle Cay. So hopefully we can get some fuel later on. top off the tanks. Some gratuitous drone footage of the anchorage here outside of New Plymouth at Green Turtle Key. It's a nice little anchorage. It's pretty open from the southeast through the southwest, but from the northeast to west is pretty good. It's about 8 to 10 feet of water, and here you can see the bottom and the beautiful clear water, and it's still enough. And we had probably about 2 weeks here altogether. Usually no more than 6 or 8 boats with us, and the sunsets were pretty awesome, and we enjoyed our time here. It was a nice little town, New Plymouth. You can go and get some groceries, drop your garbage, a couple different dinghy docks, very friendly people, and mostly rebuilt after Hurricane Dorian. Groceries are a little bit expensive because you're kind of out and about here in Nabocos, but they do have them, and it's a neat little place to get some provisions and fuel and just kind of take care of the necessities while you have a nice anchorage to enjoy. We have just come into Manjack North, and we are dropping our hook here. Obviously, Betsy's at the helm, and I am up front dropping the anchor. And it takes a little practice, but we have our marriage sabers on, our Bluetooth headsets, so we can talk to each other, and Betsy knows what I'm doing, and I know what she's doing. And it seems to work pretty good most of the time. So we're at Manjack North. As you can see, it's pretty much wide open to the rear of us. So this is not where you want to be if there's any north winds predicted. So winds are actually predicted to be super light the next 2 days. So we thought this would be a good time. Manjack North has a nice beach all the way around. And we've got a couple other boats in the anchorage with us. Charter boat getting anchored over there. These two monohulls came in right before we did. And there's Polaris over there, Mike and Susan. This is some footage of Manjack North when the water is very still. We've got a few boats here in the anchorage. You can see there's a beach about 3/4 of the way around the anchorage. And just a real pretty place. There's some sharks and rays that will come and be fed in the southwest part of the anchorage. But just a beautiful place to paddleboard and enjoy the clear Bahama water. So we got the kayak out for its first outing, the maiden voyage. Betsy's doing solo. She doesn't want me to tip her over. I've been known to do that. Getting a little roll in the anchorage here. We're in Manjack North still. And we're getting some wind from the north, which was actually not really in the forecast. It's supposed to be from the west right now, and then from the southwest. So I don't know. We'll see if the forecast comes around. One of the things we really enjoyed doing was doing some paddleboarding. The water's just so beautiful, and the beach is awesome. You can take some food over to the rays, and they'll come up and eat right out of your hand. And of course, you know, when you have rays and other little fish around, sometimes you get some of the bigger fish, the predators come around. We have a few sharks, but they were pretty not real large, and I don't know if you could call a shark friendly, but they were not aggressive, so they weren't bothering us, and they're always beautiful to look at. I'm good. That's not food. I feel bad getting them so close to shore. Yeah, we had a little one down there. He shot down. You scare him off? You got part of it. You put them, bop them in the nose and they get rid. Cool. Oh, that was cool. Now we got 2 sharks. I bet I can make that surface 12 feet long in a video. By the time we were done feeding the rays, we had about 3 sharks and about 5 rays in the southwest corner of the anchorage. Of course, a bunch of little fish, and of course some seagulls that were trying to snatch any food that floated to the surface. So just a beautiful place, great sea life, and awesome anchorage if you're in the Abacos. We enjoyed our great time in the anchorage at North Manjack Cay. We spent some time paddleboarding, and we spent some time on the beach, and even had a fire one night with other cruisers in the anchorage and our friends Mike and Susan. Just had a really good time at Manjack North and plan on going back for sure. That closes out this video. Appreciate you joining us, watching our travels through the Abacos. And please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. And we will see you next time.